Please subscribe and you can download this code from description below. Title: Troubleshooting Embedded Python Debug Symbol Issues with _debug Undefined. Embedded Python allows developers to integrate Python into their C/C++ applications, enabling them to leverage the power of Python within their native code. However, when working with embedded Python, debugging can sometimes be challenging, especially if debug symbols are not behaving as expected. In this tutorial, we will explore a common issue where debug symbols are still being sought even when the _debug flag is undefined, and will provide a step-by-step guide to troubleshoot and resolve the problem. Before we begin, make sure you have the following. You've embedded Python in your C/C++ application, and you want to build a release version without debug symbols. You've ensured that the _debug macro is undefined, but for some reason, the generated binary is still looking for debug symbols, leading to larger file sizes and potential performance issues. Make sure that when building your project, you are not inadvertently including debug-related compiler flags. Open your build configuration or makefile and verify that flags like G or any other debug-specific options are not present. Ensure that the _debug macro is indeed undefined in your code. You can use conditional compilation to set it only for debug builds. Make sure that in your release build, _debug is not defined. Sometimes, build systems may not properly clean intermediate files. Ensure that you perform a clean build after making changes to your build configuration or code. This ensures that no remnants of previous debug builds are present. Verify that the Python library you are linking against was built without debug symbols. If you are using a pre-built Python distribution, ensure that it is a release version. If you are building Python from source, make sure to configure it for a release build. Use tools like OgbJDump or nm to inspect the symbols in your binary. Look for any debug-related symbols or sections that might be present. If your application dynamically links against the Python library, ensure that the Python dynamic library, example libpython3.so, is the release version without debug symbols. Check the documentation for your development platform and compiler for any platform-specific considerations regarding debug symbols. Some platforms may have specific settings or flags that need to be adjusted. By following these steps, you should be able to identify and resolve the issue of debug symbols being sought even when the _debug flag is undefined. Remember to carefully inspect your build configuration, code, and external dependencies to ensure a clean and optimized release build of your embedded Python application. ChatGPT.